Not sure which two members at this point. Probably Rhino and Diener, I would say. And how's my mom? Thanks, Mom. Oh, that's how we started this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to another episode of Blunt Impact. We are the Pot Heels. I am your boy, Chris G. This is the three-time baby-making champion, Ness, and we are joined by our co-host, Mary Jane. Ness, how are you feeling today?
Feeling mighty fine, good brother. True heels, what's the deal? My favorite time of the week, doing my favorite thing, reviewing some good wrestling, smoking some good weed. What is better than that? Nothing.
It's nothing. It's very, very few things. I could think of like one or two things, but we're not going to get into that here. You could save that for a certain podcast that will get back up and running sooner or later. But we are here to review the June 17th episode of Impact Wrestling. It is the show after Against All Odds. We are settling the dust from Against All Odds is settling. We are hitting new storylines, or so it seems. And it was an interesting one. It's an interesting one. But before we get into it, we're gonna remind everybody at home, please hit that thumbs up, press that like button, show us some love, comment, let us know what you thought about the show, what you liked, what you didn't like. Subscribe. You have to subscribe. You have to be part of that True Heel Heat Nation, our family. And we don't mind if you share us. Share us with whoever you want. School's almost over. Share us with your teacher. If she failed you, fuck her. Share us anyway. We'll make her life a living hell. We'll shout her out on one of the episodes and tell her how much she fucked up by failing.
Because that's what heels do. That's what heels do.
That's what heels do. He didn't cheat. What do you mean he cheated? He didn't cheat. Hit that bell, man. Notifications every time we drop a video. You guys will be notified, and you can watch along when we drop on the premiere on the YouTube channel, or you can just catch us whenever you're bored. It's all good. We don't mind. But it's time to light up the Mary Jane. We're going to count down from 3 all the way to 1 and light up. Ness, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I am ready.
All right. We're going to start at 3. Oh, that's 4. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to skip the total opening of this show because it has to do with Scott D'Amore and all the turmoil going around the main event that happened at Against All Odds. But we got to save that for last. That's the nitty gritty of this episode. So we're going to start this episode off with TJP coming out with Falaba going up against Black Taurus and Crazy Steve. Starts off hot, fast-paced match. Both guys could just go 0 to 100 real quick. Nice athletics, nice reversals. Eventually breaks down into a back and forth match. TJP gets the momentum and hits the Mamba Splash for the 1, 2, 3. Right after he hits the pin, Moose comes out and kills him. He hijacks the show, threatens to kill the security guards that come out to try to calm him. But Chris Sabin comes out of nowhere, comes out of left field with a nice missile drop kick. A couple weeks ago, Chris Sabin was taken out by Moose. So Sabin wants to fight, but Moose leaves. We get an interview backstage. Chris Sabin, he's pissed. He's going to humble Moose's ass. And he wants a match at Slammiversary, which we will be getting because we'll explain what happens in the main event of Slammiversary sooner on this episode. But then we also see TJP and Fall Out backstage knocking on Scott's door eventually. They want to talk about Moose, but Decay arrives. They're frustrated as well because they didn't like losing. They have unfinished business. Falah issues a challenge, so we'll get a tag team match between these guys next week. I like the match. I like Moose coming out and killing TJP. And I guess I'm kind of looking forward to the match next week. It should be a cool clash of styles. Quick prediction. I think TJP and Fall Out take it. How'd you feel about this?
I'm gonna, just for the prediction, I'm gonna go with the Decay, and this is a hope, like hands together praying type of hope. The match was decent, but the reason why I'm hoping for a Decay win is because they've been looking kind of shaky lately. When Black Taurus first got into Impact, they were on a nice little run. Now lately, it's just like they're taking a lot of L's, and it's like, in my opinion, like kind of hurting the mystique of having Black Taurus there. I'm not saying they got to win every match, but he's as strong, and all the momentum that he came into Impact with, it kind of like dwindled a lot. So again, the match was decent, but I'm hoping that this tag match next week goes in the Decay's favor. The post match with Moose destroying everybody, I was getting vibes of when he did that before hijacking the show regarding Rich Swann. So like that's the first thing that popped in my head. Chris Sabin being the one to come out and give Moose what for. Great continuity, because I completely forgot that he took out Chris Sabin. That just slipped my mind. So it just brings everything back going forward. We got a storyline continuing, and we're going to get a good match out of it, probably a great match out of it. So, thumbs up all around.
We also had Rohit Raju and Ace Austin with Madman Fulton backstage. Ace Austin apologizes on Fulton's behalf for killing Rohit Raju, as well as the other 4 guys in that match at against all odds. But Ace is willing to move past this. He's trying to get on the same page, Rohit Raju. 2 top guys that should be on the top of the X division. They work together, and then they just, have it out one-on-one towards the end, because there will be an Ultimate X match at Slammiversary. I've been asking for this for months, so I'm finally
Yes,
getting
you
it.
have. Yes.
Makes sense. I said they're probably saving it for when they have a crowd. Slammiversary, Ultimate X, got what I wanted, so I'm happy here. With all the competitors are really good. Yeah, this is good shit. I like just the Ultimate X, the whole mystique around the Ultimate X. I like that. But Rohit Raju shakes Ace Austin's hand and he says, "You know what? I have one even better." Next, we get Madman Fulton. He's taking on Josh Alexander one-on-one, your X Division champion. Fulton overpowering Alexander in the beginning, but then we have a commercial break. Turns into a nice back and forth. Nice and hard hitting. These guys will get physical. They're both big men, both powerful men. Josh hits the divine intervention for the win. After the match, Ace jumps Josh, but Petey Williams comes out and makes the save. Rohit Raju saves the heels, but Trey Miguel comes out to take him out. But then out comes Shera to just kill everyone, including Josh Alexander. All 4 guys pose with each other: Ace Austin, Madman Fulton, Raju, and Shera. And it looks like we have a nice little tandem, or whatever you want to call them, going on into Slammiversary. The match was cool. I like the show from Madman Fulton. Josh Alexander getting the best out of him, like he get the best out of anybody. But I'm looking forward to this X Division Championship, this Ultimate X match. And I like the fact that you got Madman Fulton and Shera on the outside, so you never know what kind of destruction is going to happen. How'd you feel about this whole thing?
Well, it was funny because when they were in the back talking to Rohit Raju, the first thing that came to mind, or not the first thing, but something that came to mind to me was Ace Austin's here with his heavy, his heater, and Madman Fulton. Well, where the hell is Shera? But then by the end of the segment, that's he started to allude to, oh, I got something that can make this even better. Then boom, Shara, clearly they're alluding to Shara. The match again, it was a good match. It's always weird to me to watch Josh Alexander fight from under, him do like the babyface comeback. Just somebody that's overpowering him and just bigger. Like, it's rare that we see that. But Madman Fulton did just that. And he was going, like, he put a nice little hurting on Josh Alexander. It was a nice showing for Madman Fulton. The power, though, that Josh eventually was able to match, had him up for the stalling suplex, and then even trying to get him up for or not even trying, get him up for divine intervention. It was nice to see him to finally like match power with him on Madman Fulton, who's probably one of the strongest guys, being, what is he, like 6'10", like he's big as shit. He's tall as fuck. He's just a big, powerful guy. So it was nice to see that everything that Josh has been through up to this point, especially that match with TJP, the Iron Man match, that he's still fucked up from like 2 weeks ago. That shit happened, and his face is still fucked up. But it was a good match. Having everybody run out that's going to be in the Ultimate X Max was a very good element. They do that. I like the fact that they're doing it now. They're kind of like playing whatever seeds there may be going into Slammiversary. But the thing I find interesting is how long are Ace Austin and Rohit Raju going to be able to work together, so to speak, because only one of them can win the match, and it's even better now that Ace Austin has Madman Fulton and Rohit Raju has Shara, because at some point those two are definitely going to clash. They'll probably like take each other out or like fight out of the arena or something like that along those lines. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for that storyline to like dip off. We'll probably get a decent match out of Madman Fulton and Shara. I'm hoping, but yeah, I'm ready for Ultimate X, man. Once you spoke that shit up, I said, yo, I would love to see that, and it's happening. So I'm ready. I don't even care. I'm not even gonna say I don't care, because I would like for Josh Alexander to retain. But even if he didn't, like, I'm a fan of everybody in this match. So I just really just want to see the match.
I'm not gonna big book it, but I would like to see Shara have Raju on his shoulders, Madman have Ace on his shoulders, like if they're both going for the titles. Like, instead of climbing they're going to try to use their title, right? And then they just like meet in the ring, and all four guys just start brawling on each other, like while they're on their shoulders and shit. And so everybody just flops. That'd be a good spot. A nice little cool spot that we don't see often.
Right. But that would be dope.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, though. I'm excited. Next up, we got Rachel Ellering and Jordan Grace backstage with this fucking creepy cameraman, because this is like the second time already. He just peeps from like around
behind the camera. Yeah, that shit is weird.
Like he's just spying on people. Yeah. He did it to Raju and Ace, and now he's doing it to Rachel and Jordan, which is even creepier because they're females.
Exactly.
Rachel still wants Jordan out with her in her match against Tenille next, but Jordan's mad. She's mad because she only won the tag titles because of Rachel. She hasn't been able to capture that gold without Rachel's help. She feels like she can't do it on her own. Rachel's trying to convince her that, listen, that's just Tenille talking. She's just trying to get into your head. And then she's mad because she sees her and Tenille talking a lot. So she storms off. Guess she's going out there by herself, which she does. Tenille's out there with Kayla with a K. They have a match. Tenille gives her a t-shirt in the beginning. Rachel tosses that shit. She's like, I'm not here for that. I just want to have a match. Nice technical match to start off, though. The first couple minutes was just a lot of mat wrestling, just trying to outhold each other, outwork each other, if you however you want to phrase it. Tenille eventually starts healing it up, though, and gains the momentum. Caleb with a K, talking shit, trying to play his part. Rachel starts to turn the tide a little bit, starts to become a back and forth, trading some nice near falls. So Caleb with a K causes distraction with his little fucking portable sonic ring light, and he blinds Tenille. Bing! You see the rings come out. Tennille hits the roll up, the almighty roll up, and she gets the 1, 2, 3. Rachel's disappointed. Caleb with a K is gloating. Good match.
Yeah.
I like the match. It caught me off guard. I was like, it's gonna be story driven, but the match was actually cool. And no Jordan Grace, only furthering that story. We will see the heel turn one day, maybe in 2023. Who knows? But it's coming. Ness, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I really like this match too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've been loving Rachel Ellering and being in the knockouts division overall. Like, she's got it. You know, I just becoming a huge fan of her work. This was good. This is great, in my opinion, because like she showed that she was determined to prove to Jordan that like they should be on the same page, you know. And if Tennille's the issue, she's going out there and teach Tennille a lesson. And that's what she was doing for the majority of the like beginning half of the match until Caleb with a K got involved. Then Tennille turned it on. You know, then she took control of the match. Then it became back and forth with both ladies trading, you know, maneuvers and strikes and things of that nature. But overall, this just puts like another on Fusion of Honor, me and Stat King, we call it spinning plates. That refers to like the different storylines that can go off from other storylines. So like now we have a spinning plate of Tennille is just, it's all about Tennille. You know, she's picking up wins, getting momentum for herself. But then Jordan and Rachel Ellering have a thing going on now, and like that's a whole spinning plate. Jordan definitely gonna have a heel turn. There's gonna be some type of turn. So I just throw that out there. It's gonna be a turn. I'm getting good matches. I'm getting great character development, and that's what wrestling is about.
Yes, it is. It's interesting. It's an interesting storyline. I like that we have more than one female storyline that's interesting in this company.
Yes.
Because we'll get to the other two in a few. But before we get to those, we have to get to Rhino versus Satoshi Kojima. This match 15 years ago would have been a fucking banger. Right. This match, not so much. It was a brawl to start. Rhino dominating after the commercial break. Kojima gets his momentum back, hits the spam chops. Always good shit. Hits the Kojima cutter and the lariat for the win. And this match earns them a tag title match next week because Kojima did come out with Eddie Edwards. He has been supporting him the last few weeks. So they will be going up against Violent by Design. How'd you feel about this short little quick match? I think we both could agree that 15 years ago.
Yeah, this would have been a lot better. But not to make this sound negative, but like they did the best that they could. You know, like it was all right. Nothing too crazy. A couple moments where, you know, it looked like they had shadows of them from 15 years ago, but then that quickly caught up with them with their age now. So, but overall, it was okay for what it was. It got the momentum behind Kojima and Eddie Edwards. They won the match, so now they are awarded a tag title shot. So yeah, clearly they were gonna win the match. We just needed to see how it goes. It was all right, but I'm hoping that the tag team match next, or whatever it happens, the tag team championship match will be a little bit more turned up, just a tad, and I think that can happen with it being a tag match. You know, Eddie Edwards is definitely going to bring it. Whoever's the combination of Violent by Design, that will be. I would like for it to be Eric Young and Joe Doring. That's who I would like for it to be. Like, EY hasn't had a match in quite some time. I don't know if he's. Oh yeah, he's still injured, ain't he? Yeah, what the fuck? That's why. I completely forgot about that too. Smokes too much. Damn, won't be EY. Joe Doring needs to be in this match simply because he beat Kojima at Against All Odds. So there needs to be some type of little rematch thing going on.
I can see that. Either combination, it should be a decent match. Before we get in to the not even the main event, because it's not even the match. It's just the story, the main story. We're gonna get into a couple of segments, and I'm gonna do it all.
No, we're not gonna get into
what?
There's no fucking Swinger Palace.
I know. I'm a little upset as well. So for this whole segment, for these whole list of segments, I'm gonna do it in Swinger voice, Daddy. We got Deanna Palazzo. She's not happy with Susan and Kimberly. She's not having it. She doesn't want any part of them. She tells them, hit the bricks, Daddy. And Susan calls her a typical degenerate millennial. As a typical degenerate millennial myself, fuck you, Susan. All right? I take that personal, even though you're 100% right. Morrissey has an interview. He says all of these competitors are in a fantasy. They all think they have friends, but there are no friends in wrestling. And he's going to show everybody on this roster that you can't trust anybody. Nobody is reliable. Good shit. I actually enjoyed this promo. His promo work's been, I mean, he's not Big Cass no more. He's fucking Morrissey. I like it. I like Morrissey. No I don't like Big Cass. I like Morrissey.
No more catchphrases. It's just straight to the point, straight business.
Yeah.
And he looks phenomenal. Now he looks way better now than when he was Big Cass.
He's in great shape. His look is intense. He has better facials. He's just more seasoned. He's more seasoned. And he's taking this shit serious. So kudos to him. Next up, we had a match. We had the debut of Macklin taking on, I believe his name was Jabroni Pace. It was a squash match. I believe it was a squash match.
Oh, shit.
If that's what you want to refer to. He looked dominant. He has a good look. He's been talking shit in those vignettes. So, nice introduction. He looked aggressive. This is obviously somebody who looks like they should have got a little bit more shine in WWE. So, hopefully he makes the most of what he's doing.
That's like
a lot of people.
There's like 60% of the people that they hire and fire. Probably 70%.
But this guy's he might be a hidden gem. He might be a hidden gem because I don't think there was a lot of fanfare going on about Steve Macklin. You know what I mean? So
no, like honestly, I probably remember seeing this Forgotten Sons have like 2 or 3 matches in NXT, like, and then I don't really remember like a run. I probably wasn't watching it like that then, but this guy that I'm seeing here, I'm 100% interested in. I don't like his finisher. His finisher doesn't look like it suits him well. Like it suits him. He seems like a guy that needs to be able to do his finisher on everybody. So I don't mind that. It could be like the setup for the next move or a signature move, but I would just rather see him have a different finisher. There's like the like reverse suplex, that like a sit out slam type of thing. That's what you've seen the shit, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that. Everything else about his debut was great. Like he came out, got straight to business, kicked Jabroni Page's ass.
Yeah, he kicked his ass.
Yeah,
but he does also look like the type that he could just develop like a chokehold or some shit.
That's exactly it. That's exactly.
You know what I mean? So like he could that's something you can use on everybody. So you could have that finisher, use it on the guys you can, and then on big guys you could just choke them out. Yeah. Works every time. Ask John Moxley. You know what I mean?
That's exactly.
It works every time. The Impact Plus moment of the week was Destination X 2013. It was Bully Ray versus Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin's first championship win, I believe. The whole Aces and Eights versus Main Event Mafia feud, if I'm not mistaken. And 8 years ago. I guess just reminding people that Chris Sabin, he is a great tag team wrestler, tag team wrestling legend, but he is also a single star that should be feared, you know. So make him look like he has a chance against Moose. I like it. Next up, we have Fire and Flavor backstage. They're going around asking people who's the baddest knockouts tag team champion ever. They asked Dan. Dan's the fucking janitor. He's just mopping floors, Daddy. This is his first date. He don't know nothing. They call him a jabroni, basically. Carry on.
Yeah.
Then they asked the garbage dude. I don't even think they asked him his name. What are you doing? Obviously, he's just transporting garbage. He can't help them. He doesn't know the answer anyway. As they're pissed off, Rosemary arrives creepily, tells the garbage dude to kick rock. She got this. Fire and Flavor don't got no time for this. They're slowly backing out. So they back into Havoc. She throws Tasha into the wall. And then they toss Kiera straight into the garbage bin. And as Kiera gets up, she finds a trash bag. And it has the name Mickey on it.
I lost it when I seen that shit.
This is funny. This is funny. I caught it on Twitter before I actually seen the show, but it was funny. Just good shit. Fire and Flavor just do good shit. And whoever decided to throw in that little Mickey reference, that was great. They're saying it's a possible teaser for her coming to Slammiversary. I don't know about that. She's with NWA. She has a lot on her plate right now. She's producing the first NWA all-women's pay-per-view. So I'm sure she's putting a lot into that. I don't know if she's... Of course, these are pre-taped too, so you never know if she could have made... Well, if she makes an appearance at Slammiversary, I believe that's... Might be live, because there's fans there, so... Yeah. I don't know. Good shit. I know you enjoyed this.
Yeah, I did. For the absence of Swingers Palace, I will definitely take this segment here. Fire and Flavor, love them. The addition of Rosemary and Havoc is a nice little combination. I'm ready to see what they can do as a team. I'm just ready here for this match. I'm ready to see this match. But that fucking, the trash bag shit, bro, that shit, I lost it when I seen that shit. I said, oh, nah. I said that shit loud as hell, too. Started dying laughing. That shit was hilarious. But you know what's even crazier? That they just, it could be a teaser for Slammiversary regarding Mickey, but, I just like how they just kind of got on her, just trolling her. It's a situation about WWE, but they always everybody trolls WWE. I just like how it's like everybody can get it. It's not just one person. So, and I know Mickey probably fucking laugh if she even sees this shit. Yeah. She's gonna laugh at it. It was a joke or whatever. But yeah, that was hilarious. That was my Swinger Palace substitute of the week. That's what I got to do now. If there's no episode of Swingers Palace, I gotta say what my the substitute segment for Swingers Palace. There we go.
This one was definitely it.
This was it.
All right, now we get into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna start in the beginning of the show, very beginning of the show. Gia Miller is trying to interview Scott D'Amore, knocking on his door lightly. In comes Moose, and he starts banging. He doesn't give a fuck. He's angry about what happened at Against All Odds, and Scott's angry too. He's not happy about it. He's not really happy about what went down with the whole Sammy situation either, but he doesn't have time for this. Somebody from the Anthem board, which is the parent company of Impact Wrestling, they are sending somebody to visit. They're going to come to a decision about everything that's going on. Scott just doesn't have the time for Moose. And Moose says, all right, fuck it. I'm going to make time. And that's why he kills TJP, tries to hijack the show until Chris Sabin saves him. But we have a Don Callis interview later on. And he's proud. He's proud to be the heavy in this company. He has to make all the hard decisions. Somebody has to make them. Scott doesn't have the heart to make these hard decisions. He welcomes the Anthem rep. He hopes he bears a fruit basket and gifts because his actions, have changed the landscape of wrestling. Okay, Don. Okay. Sami Callihan is out in the ring out of nowhere, ready to stir shit up. Scott comes out, but he's on his side. Surprisingly. He's going to fix this all. He's going to wait for the rep to come. They're going to talk to the rep. They're going to try to sort this out. Just don't beat up no security guards. Don't cause no violence. Don't get no crazy. Sami says, you know what? For once, You're right. We'll do this your way. Does the glitchy thing. Disappears. Don Callis is out next. He's like, oh, can you believe this guy? Scott's pissed with him. Don is trying to say that he did all this. He fired him for Scott. He fired him for Impact, try to clean up the show, try to clean up the roster. Scott's like, you're full of shit. You did this for Kenny. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I did do this for Kenny. But out comes Tommy Dreamer out of nowhere. It turns out he is the rep that Anthem has sent. He sees us firing Scott D'Amore. Something needs to change. Wrestler's been running rampant. You got Kenny Omega. He's on another show, but he's doing whatever he wants. He got the championship. But turns out he fires he fires Don Callis immediately. There's a trash bag waiting for you in the back, Daddy. Go get that shit. Get this man off the TV. Don Callis is no longer executive vice president of Impact Wrestling. Sammy grabs him on the way back. He's not going to do anything to him. He just says, I'm going to bash Kenny's brains in and make you watch. We are getting Sami Callihan versus Kenny Omega at Slammiversary for the Impact World Championship. Didn't see that coming. I mean, I had heard the rumblings that Don was going to be Kenny's manager full time and step away from Impact. I was kind of hoping it wasn't true because him and Scott have pretty much brought Impact back to life. And I like what they do together. But I like Scott riding solo as well. And I like Don going in this direction. So either way, I can't be mad. But yeah, good shit all around. How'd you feel about this?
Excuse me. I enjoyed from start to finish, starting off with Moose. You know he was going to be pissed. Scott knew it was coming. He said he couldn't deal with it, which because he didn't have a lot on his plate. But just like Moose said, like, no, we're going to make you, like, if you don't got time for me, I'm going to make you have time for me. He comes out, demolishes the Decay and TJP, followed by, that's where the whole thing with Chris Sabin comes from. But the story of Don Callis being the bad cop and the good cop, bad cop relationship that he has with Scott D'Amore is just like, we all know that he did this shit for Kenny. Like now all of a sudden he cares about the wrestlers because Sami Callihan's so crazy. All of a sudden, like he didn't, whatever the case may be, now these guys are infighting, so a lot of back and forth. And the most craziest part of this, because I had a feeling that it was going to be Tommy Dreamer. Because again, continuity from the beginning of this story, he's been the main one telling Scott that, do not do this shit with Don and Kenny. Like it's gonna go bad. It's gonna go way left. I've seen this happen before in ECW. It's like I witnessed it for myself. Do not trust him. And just literally from out of the gate of those two pairing, it's been about Don and Kenny rather than Don being an EVP of Impact Wrestling. So, and then after all the crazy shit he said about the wrestlers, like there's no way that, he's talking crazy about the talent on air, which is hilarious, if I don't say so myself. But, yeah, you can't be doing that shit. And then like you keep saying like you don't care about the wrestlers, but you're with Kenny Omega. Well, granted that's your family, but he is a wrestler. He is a talent. You're with the Good Brothers. Like, of course, you're like, the average person will say, well, of course he cares about them. They're with him, but you don't understand Don Callis. Like Don Callis is about Don Callis altogether. So again, he doesn't give a fuck about the wrestlers. Kenny is an exception, but he really doesn't give a fuck about the Good Brothers. Now he has the Young Bucks. He pretty much doesn't really give a fuck about the Young Bucks either, as long as they can just keep bringing him success. But I'm ready to see him as a hopefully a full-time on-screen character in AEW. I'm ready to see some feuds where he's just talking crazy to whoever Kenny's in a feud with, whoever the Young Bucks. And that's another thing too. Like have him come out for the Bucks too. Like if he's going to be a part of the Elite, which he is definitely going to be able to get them heat. Like I mean, he's already doing it. But if it's going to be full time, like people are going to hate them even more than they do now. It's going to be ridiculous. But then, yeah, man, I guess that's it. Like Don's out. Sam say he's going to bash Kenny's brains in and make Don watch. Like
That's it.
We know he's not going to win. We know Sammy's not going to win, but I like to watch him try to bash fucking Kenny's brains in. We'll see what happens. See where it goes.
This one's for Impact, Daddy. All right.
You did a fine job, sir. You did a fine job.
This was a fun episode of Impact Wrestling. Can't wait to see the storylines progress going into Slammiversary. It's only a few weeks. July 17th, I believe, is the date. So Can't wait for that. Ness, where can we find you at?
You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at skinny__Kravitz. Catch me right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. One half of Fusion of Honor with my man, the Stat King, the man of 1,004 numbers, where we review MLW Fusion and Ring of Honor. Catch me on Blunt Impact and Joyce and Jabronis with my man, Chris G. We perform the Pot Heels, Shake the Ropes. We review Impact Wrestling. And we got a show with the Botches. Maybe smoke a little weed. So, yeah, it's always fun. You can also catch me on NX3 with, once again, Chris G and RAC and The Place to Be, where we review NXT, bars, Roundtable Rebel. Catch me on the Roundtables. And when we come back from break, you can hear my illustrious voice on True Toxicity. The first episode is going to be a doozy because I still want to do that topic that I told you about. It's just getting worse. It's getting fucking worse.
Damn. It is getting worse. It's going to be a fun one. You can find me at True Hill Chris G. You can see me here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Blunt Impact, Joints and Jabronis with my man, the 3-time baby making champion Ness. NX3 with our good brother Romeo Anthony Colon. Roundtables, whatever. Blunt Impact specials. You can catch the Against All Odds special if you haven't seen that already. That was a fun one. And we have a roundtable coming up, Hell in a Cell. I believe that will probably be on this Sunday as this drops. So, and True Toxicity, of course, when we come back. So, for the three-time baby making champion Ness, for our co-host Mary Jean. Oh shit.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
So this is the episode that's going to drop either after Father's Day. So if any fathers are watching this episode, happy Father's Day. Shout out to you guys for being great. Shout out to you guys for being wrestling fans. Shout out to you for being amazing fathers, from two fathers from the True Hill Heat YouTube channel team.
Totally forgot about that. To be honest, I forgot it was Father's Day on Sunday. So
I forgot, until you said something. So I was just like, oh, fuck, I might as well say this shit now.
It is so good. And yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers watching along with us, going through this Impact ride every week. But for the three-time baby making champion Ness, for our co-host Mary Jean, I'm your boy Chris G. We will catch you guys next time. We see you next week, Daddy. Peace.